Online education has effectively destroyed an entire generation.
Really?
As I've heard from a few credible sources, that there are companies who ask you about your passing year, and if it is one of the online passing years, they just cut your name out. They don't even give you a chance. They just kick you out.
So we are looking at results more than the skills now?
Untrue, but there are a few companies which are doing that. So a large chunk of people who just depend on their results, they will take a hit.
But that is dependent on online exams. We are talking about online education, how that has changed the way we study. When was the time you started using YouTube to study for your course?
Honestly, last semester.
Before that,
Not really. No. There was a lack of resource.
many other YouTubers have been uploading videos since many years.
The resources online has increased massively and it has helped so many students. But at the same time, because of the entire online exam drama which happened during COVID, which was essential. It's like either we have online exams or we have nothing at all. That has hampered an entire generation, honestly.
If you look back, online education were necessary. But now, changing the way they're opting to study. People are not even buying books. They're referring to Google, downloading PDFs. They have the explanation videos on YouTube and done. You're good to go for a good college examination. That's a big advantage, right? If you live very far away from your college like me, I have to travel almost 40-45 kilometers every day. One is time, second is cost. Obviously, breakfast, if you do at home, it is inexpensive to you. But if you eat outside,
Yeah, also the nutrition value. The resourcefulness of the online world. There is absolutely infinite resources online.
ChatGPT.
It is so crazy that there are certain topics which I could not personally understand. I wrote it out in ChatGPT, explain me this in simple terms. Then I could not understand that even. I made it make it simpler. Then it literally fed me the answer.
Milan is so dumb.
I'm trying to say you can understand very tough topics very easily.
And also you're not overflown with so many websites. You have to open maybe 10 websites and compare. You can complete your sleep quota. You're not mentally ill. That's a very big advantage.
Another point of affordability, it's about learning overall, that you can buy courses online which will give you 1 billion times more information than a college class. No hate, but like that's just the truth.
I don't know if it's a psychological thing. When you're buying something online, you're most likely to be devoted to it more. You don't go to college to study. You ask any of the 50 students we have in our class, maybe 5 of them will say, I go to college to study. What is canteen? Cha ke khai bhai? The other 45 of them is just communication. It's just networking and also attendance. Do you relate somehow?
It is only attendance.
You are more likely to finish the course with set discipline. You are not paying your college fees, right? Your parents are paying.
Some people do.
Some people do, but in our college, does anyone? I don't.
Yeah, Kinjol does.
Kinjol does?
Kinjol does.
Okay.
Something to be proud of, to be honest. And honestly, college is a part of the Indian community, I feel. It's just like the school. You are not forced in, but you don't have a free will to opt out. It's like if you have not done at least your bachelor's and it's now moving on to master's. If you're not doing your master's, you're missing out on a huge deal. Just like in the US, for example, if you don't go to college, it's a normal thing. But if you don't complete your high school, that's something you're missing out on.
Also, we are not giving flexible options in our courses as well.
Yeah.
We don't choose what we want to do actually.
Enough praising online education. Let's get to the bad part.
There are more disadvantages, I feel, than advantages. Maybe the advantages are a bit broader, but the disadvantages, they are significant.
You never really pay attention.
Number of screens you are using while being on a Google Meet. Your Instagram is open, you're scrolling through Reels. Twitter in your laptop. One, you're trying to record a live stream of you attending online classes. What is going on?
I remember in Sem 3 when it was announced that online attendance won't matter, I skipped the entire semester. I did not attend one class. I remember, I think I attended one class. People were worried that I dropped out or died. Living in metro cities, internet access to screens and technology has become so common for us that we forget it's not a very basic thing. Everybody does not have these. A few students who live in remote areas, they do not have access to good internet. So when they were trying to give exams, their connections were off. This incident also happened with me.
Oh yeah, during the internal examinations.
I did not know that our internals were that active and we were having internals.
You can check out his vlog also.
So I remember being in the middle of a trek and I was walking and I was sending pictures to the group. I'm like, guys, I don't have internet. I have 2G network here. How do I send in the answers?
How did you get a piece of paper there?
The caretaker there, I think her daughter had a...
Oh, yes.
And she reluctantly gave me one piece of paper. I sat down at the dining table. It was honestly the best experience, the best view, but like Connectivity is a huge issue.
As an introverted guy, it's difficult for me to reach out to any teacher. I can WhatsApp them, but not knowing them, you just directly text them. It doesn't feel well. If it is a offline environment, you know the teacher. A few classes down the line, you can ask him or her, can you help me out?
Also in the online environment, it's very difficult to create that relationship with the teacher. The one-to-one thing, it's there, but it's not really. It's just pixels on the screen at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You need that human contact, that social interaction, which actually fosters that relationship. For example, we met in college. You met me in the online thing. It's such a deceptive place because it's very hard to judge a person before you meet them. So I think you had these crazy assumptions about me.
So what happens when you're meeting them offline? You get to know them better, right? You meet so many people from different states who are coming in. You get introduced to their cultures. So while explaining the disadvantages of online education, we somehow explain the advantages of offline education, right? Like going to college, meeting new people, trying out different street foods. Food? No. Indian food?
Don't. Please.
There's a link of the previous video you can refer to.
Offline education is way better for the human being.
Human being? Oh, Baba.
I'll tell you why. Wait. For the human being, because humans have not evolved to interact through a screen. No matter how much you do it, it is very difficult for us. Good education, good social development and human development overall is done offline.
So in a nutshell, teacher and student relationship, and also you get to know people from different cultures. So the disadvantages for me, that if you live far away from your college, your expenses increase, your time to do your own stuff decreases, sleep quota is not completed, your food habits are not in control. For an introvert like me, so many people around you, it's so hectic. I get headaches every day. So the cost of medicines, it's so torturous to talk with so many people. Interaction is not my thing, guys. I can talk about only one topic, that is cricket. Other than that, impossible. It just takes a lot of energy away from you. Thing about offline education, you can't say, ma'am, connection. You can't do that in the offline mode, right? Hey, stand up, answer this question. I can't. Even if I know the answer, I am shy. There are 40 students sitting here. How do you expect me to answer the question? Making a video on this topic is just a discussion. It won't change anything. Saturday, I have to go to college. I have to travel 50 kilometers. I have to wake up at 4:30. But there are some changes we can see. Like the one I said, people like me are not going to offline tuition. I'm studying from YouTube.
Having an incorporation of both together, I think is the best way to go about it.
I watched this video about Virat Kohli and the scam BCCI did to him. Watch this video on India is how the greatest country of the world. Drop off. Let's go.